So we got the beginner's guide to New Balance's lifestyle sneakers for 2025. Before we go ahead and start this video off, I want you guys to let me know what is your favorite New Balance sneaker. And mine is kind of all time, but for the year, mine gotta be the New Balance 9060s. But let's go ahead and watch this video.
Like, what is a pair of sneakers that they wanted to try for the first time from a brand? So the other day I posted the question on Twitter asking people like, what is a pair of sneakers that
and also, by the way, the link for this video will be down below in the description. And I believe his name is He's Kicks, or I say Hayes Kicks sometimes. I'm not really sure, but it will be in the description.
This is a good opportunity for me to do like a buyer's guide for beginners out there on New Balance. So I immediately asked him back, are you looking at the lifestyle or the running side of things? Because there's obviously lots and lots of differences between both
Make
of
sure
them.
we're
The
still
lifestyle side usually has a
recording.
lot more like cut and sew leather, like more like retro runner styles. But then they also have a lot of newer models as well that look like they may be
Definitely got to look into lifestyle. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I got to get into running, but I ain't really into running right now. I feel like I'm working out a little bit. Y'all let me know how y'all is on your fitness journeys, but I'm working out, but I'm not to the point where I'm doing cardio. So this is actually a great decision that he decided to pick during lifestyle.
It's a new model. It's not a remake. However, there are other models like, you know, the 990 V4, which is a pair that came in like the early 2000s. So I'll break down some of that for you guys in this video. Anyway,
his sneaker collection in the back is crazy.
Both, but mainly lifestyle.
For y'all, one day I'll be like that. Y'all hit the subscribe button and stay tuned every single video because I'm telling you, we'll be there one day.
So big shout out to Darren for
what does it say? Both? Can't even see this little affiliate, but it says both. Mainly the lifestyle side, though. Okay, we're answering the question about lifestyle or running. Okay, because they have always looked great to me. I just never pulled the trigger. Talking like the 9060s. That's what I'm saying, y'all. The 9060s is really where it's at. And I do not want to assume, but I feel like he's low-key. I don't want to say he's a person that's of trends, but I feel like, you know, when things are rising and when things are kind of up, I feel like that's when people tend to go for them. And I feel like that's with a lot of things in life. I can't lie, but it's kind of crazy how life works.
Back on Twitter and really inspiring this video, so thank you. So first things first, this is not a sponsored video by New Balance. However, I do get a kickback if you guys actually gravitate towards any of the pairs I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. I'll put a link in the description of the video to take you to New Balance's website, and if you guys
smooth.
a little bit of a kickback.
Y'all let me know if I should be putting the links down below in the description of reaction videos for y'all, because I only do them on my regular videos. But y'all let me know if you're interested in seeing that for the reaction videos too.
Though, because from the very beginning, if you go to the men's section and shoes, it will show you like running side or lifestyle. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the lifestyle side of things. Now, it gives you a nice little breakdown here, to be honest, of a bunch of different models, but I have like information about
them 530s right there. I'm going to go back, y'all.
Nice little
them 530s, I don't know how people like these right here, but they remind me of like Skechers, like back in like 2000s or something. I don't know what is about the whole look, but it gives me like very old vibes, even though the New Balance sneakers kind of give like Y2K. But it's like they kind of give more than that. I don't know what it is about them 530s.
Models, but I have like information about each of these models, which is why I think it will be helpful for you guys. Now again, beginner's guide for New Balance. There are a ton of New Balance models that have just numbers, and I know that that could be something that can be a little bit confusing. Some of them are models that they're trying to retro and like, create buzz about them. Other ones are ones that have already had buzz about them. That are still available on their website that have like more like longevity, I guess, if you will. So one that stands out to me that has been established in this space is the 550 model specifically. Now it's not the most
AKA the Dunk
amongst the trendier people nowadays.
Really copy and paste of the Nike Dunk.
Well-established model that is easily like.
Let me know if y'all rocking with this and how like it's kind of like a copy and paste of the Nike Dunk. And speaking of copy and paste, is actually, I know this is kind of off topic of the video, but I did a recent review, like an in-depth review on the Nike React X Rejuvenate, and those look, not gonna lie, like the overall kind of build of it was kind of different from the Crocs, but when it comes to the toe box and the overall like forefront of the shoe, it literally looked like a Crocs. But with that being said, those are actually pretty dope. I recommend you guys check that video out on my channel. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about brands kind of copying styles. I mean, I feel like it's kind of cool if they don't really copy and paste. But yeah.
Primarily started with the ALD collaboration, and now they have
these is cool though for sure
on their website and a bunch of.
But I'll definitely go Dunk over these for sure any day.
The reason why this is a fun one because it's around $110, so not super cheap if you're looking for like.
And also I heard that this was like this was like part of the Asian starter pack. I heard Asians be wearing this a lot with like essentials. Y'all let me know if y'all feel like that same way. I haven't really heard about that. Um, but yeah, my bad. If y'all heard that in the back, that was I think that was the washing machine or something like that. But yeah, do y'all feel like this is part of the Asian starter pack? Is this a shoe that all Asians get? Because I haven't really seen that in my area, or I probably haven't been paying too much attention. So y'all let me know how y'all feel
$40 or
about that.
$50 pair, but 110, and you can get a couple different colorways out there. It looks like they've slimmed down their collection quite a bit. Another model that they've had a lot of success with is the one that he mentioned, which is the 9060. Now this one actually
Yes,
surprised me a little
sir.
bit because
Gotta
it
be
is a very
my
distinctive
all-time
look in
favorite New
comparison to a lot of
Balance.
the other models, which is maybe the reason why this one like has a
I don't
lot
know if
of
that's a
people
hot take or
gravitating
not, but
towards it.
it gotta be
The
my
midsole
favorite
is
New
kind of
Balance.
chunky, and I like the look of it. The upper has a very sleek, nice design with a bunch of different cut and sew uppers and the prominent end on the side. But they have a dozen colorways available over on New Balance's website in this model, and
That
the
like
retail
Snow
is
White colorway up there is fire.
$150 on them. So it is kind of in the more expensive category, not the top tier, but still in the like I want to have a nice pair of New Balance. What should
Exactly.
I get? This is one that I think a lot of people gravitate towards because it looks different, and they have some nice colorways. The quality
Hmm.
is actually really nice as well. Some of the suedes and stuff are really nice on them, and overall they're really comfortable. And that's something else that I wanted to mention is the comfort overall for these lifestyle shoes. They're good. Like it's like very comfortable. It's something you wear every single day. It doesn't have a lot of crazy soft squishy feel or anything like that underneath. It's like a standard issue pair that you can wear, tried and true, that you can wear every single day. Now, if you're interested in more of the running space, like the 1080 V14s, or
That
the other
stack
heels
height
like
is
the Rebel V4s,
crazy.
Fuel Cell, and Fresh Foam X, those are like my forte. It's something I absolutely love. But those are like a lot softer and squishier. I'm a
Bruh, funny story, yo. These shoes right here remind me of the very first video I got 1,000 views on. Like every time I look at this sneaker right here, it reminds me and it gives me like nostalgia to like my first 1,000 view video. And that was actually when I started this whole sneaker journey because I've been doing sneakers like I kind of in the beginning of YouTube. I was like flip flopping videos. I would do like vlogs, hair routines, like sneaker drops. What else was I doing? Just like little things like that, like fashion videos. But then I did a top 10 list, and I remember this. I think it was titled "Top 10 Most Comfortable Summer Sneakers Under $100," and that video got me like 1,000 views. I believe it was in like 2 days or a day, which felt like amazing. That was kind of like my first win on YouTube, and I was like, nah, I got to keep going. But yeah, these
it's
sneakers,
something I
I remember I put it at number one for most comfortable, and it definitely is like a number one sneaker for comfortability for running. I probably wouldn't wear it in a lifestyle situation, but for sure one
absolutely
of the
love.
best for running.
But those are like a lot softer and squishier. I'm a little bit older, so my joints definitely appreciate those type of shoes a lot more. If you're doing like activity
Oh,
walks
you've
and
been
runs
walking,
and stuff
yeah,
like that, obviously runs, but walks and like going to Disney vacation shoes, those ones are like
exactly.
super good for comfort. And I will do like a beginner's guide to the New Balance running segment as well. If you guys have other beginner's guides to sneakers that you guys want to see, please leave a comment in the comment section. I have a little bit of knowledge. I'm not an expert, but I have a little bit of knowledge on quite a bit of different things. A jack of all trades, a master of none is what I tell my son. But anyways, back to the comfort. Overall comfort in the
What'd he
96s
say?
is jack of all trades, a master of a little bit of knowledge. I'm not an expert, but I have a little bit of knowledge on quite a bit of different things. A jack of all trades, a master of none is what I tell my son. But anyways, back to
Master of
the
none.
comfort. Overall comfort in the 96s is very good. I would say it is one of
Is
the
this a
better
Bottega
out of like
collab?
the
Y'all let me
lifestyle
know.
segment. Moving on to another pair
Might
that
be
has been
wrong.
very,
Might
very
be
popular
extremely
in the
wrong.
last handful of years, and that's the 2002 R. This model is around $145 now. It looks like they dropped the price a little bit. And this is a pretty standard pair that you'll
These
see
is
across
cool
the
for
board
me.
in a lot of different shops nowadays as
I kind of
well.
like the
Made popular, in
1906R
my
more than
opinion, by
these.
Slade Benberry because his 2002R
That
was
colorway is
shops
fire.
nowadays as well. Made
Low key might have just won me over with this color right here. But this is fire. The only reason why I said that I like the 1906R is because I actually had the chance to try them on, and they were super light and comfortable.
in my opinion,
But
by
let's
Slade
see, he's going
Benberry
to have
because
it.
his 2002R was
Oh, he
like
is
one
going
of
to
the
go over
best
it in a little
that
bit.
came out. But then New Balance came out directly with a protection pack that was like super good
Those
for
ones
a
are super
GR
fire.
general release pair, one that didn't have
I
a
love that like
collaboration. Did
distressed
phenomenally well, and it was
type of
just
look on
overall
it. And people
an
is really into
execution. But
distress right
anyway,
now, kind of trendy.
2002R,
If
it's a
you're on
generally
trends,
accepted pair of sneakers as well. It's one that has had hype on some collaborations. They have a lot of different colorways available, and overall the comfort is really nice as well. Now you notice the midsole has the Absorb SBS on the heel, and that is a very prominent look on the 2002 Rs, but it actually originally came from a different model. Like the 2002 R is actually a retro pair, but the midsole actually came from the 860 V2, which they had some ALD collaborations, and it was around on New Balance's side for a little bit. But this is back to my point, like if you're a beginner and you're trying to buy New Balance, do you buy the 860 V2 that is no longer on the website, or do you buy the 2002R, which has 12 different colorways? I think
Probably
the
the 2002R.
to get the pair that kind of fits
Too
in
much work trying to find another
2002R
one.
has been that shoe. Another model that I wanted to mention that is definitely a classic, it's just one that has been around, tried and true, and that is the 574. This is kind of the iconic like New Balance shoe. Like if I think back to like the first New Balance shoe that I remember, it's the 574. The distinctive shape
looks comfortable. I never had these on my feet before.
And different versions. I think the standard 574 is very easily recognizable. They also do have a bunch of different colorways available of the 574, which I do love to see that they still have them available out there. They do cost $90, so it's an under $100 pair of sneakers. It's the one to go to if you want something that's iconic looking and definitely kind of more of a standard vibe, as well as you have some decent materials and some nice colorways. The only downside is it's not as comfortable as like the 9060s or the 2002Rs in my opinion. But again, it's a staple, it's tried and true. So recap, 4 staples in my opinion: the 550, the 9060, the 2002R, and the 574. Now those are the baseline staples.
So those are the staples.
I cannot mention
Okay.
lifestyle without mentioning the 990 series, which I will get to in just one second, because there's a ton of information on the 990s. In fact, I did a video comparing all of the different 990 models that we've seen and released. If you guys want to check out that video, I'll link it in the description of the video as well, because I think that one is pretty good, and it's a good like indicator of like which models came when for a lot of the 990 releases. But back to the lifestyle side of things though, because right now there are the lifestyle shoes that have been tried and true, the 4 staples that I just mentioned, but then there's newer models that they're trying to reinvent and bring back to us and then reinvigorate as well. So first we have the 1906, which I think personally is a great model. They have a bunch of different colorways. They have a bunch of different versions of the 1906 as well.
Well, I wonder why he didn't put these as a staple. I wonder if it's because it's not as, because I'm like him. I'm not the most, like, I'm not the expert in like all areas. I kind of know a little bit about sneakers and things of that nature, but maybe I'm thinking he put these ones not as a staple because they haven't been around long enough on New Balance. Like Radar, I'm not really too sure, but we got to hear him out and see what he got to say.
As a 2002Rs, again,
but there's fire.
860 V2.
I love the colorways.
But the upper is where this thing gets fun because you have a bunch of different versions. So my favorite one, the 1906A, I just did a video on these as well. They have exaggerated details.
I gotta try the
stuff,
A's.
the overlays and stuff.
I've only tried the R's.
Exaggeration, which makes it look kind of like more like a utility pair. I don't know. Something about it is just really, really clever and smart. And they have 5 different colorways on that one now. They're comfortable also, but I think stylistically they're an A+. Personally, I like the 1906A better than even the 2002 Rs, which is like the staples, right? The downside is the price point is a little bit more expensive at $170. So expect to pay a little bit more. Again, this is the brand new one. This has been out for a couple months now. Next, you do have like the 1906Rs. The 1906R is kind of the bread and butter, and they're $155, and they have some really, really solid colorways, and it's definitely in line with a lot of the other mesh runner vibes. So if you like the ASICS mesh runners out there, the 1906R, in my opinion, is the best thing. That's
ooh, those is clean. Man, he be having them kicks. I don't know if he be having them sent into him or if he actually goes in the store, but every time I go in and buy a sneaker, I always got to get classic colorways. And I think this is a collab. But yeah, I never find colorways like this because I wish I would definitely cop.
But New Balance has a long-standing.
And actually, matter of fact, I do want to say if y'all like know any colorways or collabs y'all want to see on the channel, because I don't think I have any collabs on the channel. Y'all let me know in the comment section down below, so I can go ahead and cop them as soon as possible, because I realize with like high in demand or like collaborations, I feel like people will go ahead and grab them real quick. So y'all let me know in the comment section and put me on game real early, and yeah, we're gonna get that on the channel and get the review up quick. Promise y'all.
Trying to keep up with the things. They're just bringing back stuff in line with their product categories, and the 1906R is a great representation of that. Also, the other mesh runner model that is worth noting, in my opinion, is the 740. The 740 has a bunch of different colorways, unisex as well, which I do like. And Cam Brink is actually
looks pretty calm and classic.
She needs her own.
Kind of resembles that 1906R.
But the 740 is pretty awesome. I got a pair.
Who's that?
She needs her own signature pair, honestly, well, which I do like. And Cam Brink is actually rocking quite a few pairs of these.
Cam Brink.
She needs her own signature pair, honestly.
Who's
honestly.
Cam
She
Brink?
deserves it. But the 740 is
It's an
pretty awesome.
athlete?
I got a pair. I got my wife a pair. They've had a couple collabs in this one as well, and they're pretty comfortable overall on feet. They're a little bit cheaper than the 1906 Rs, and it is $110. So a pretty decent, affordable price point for the 740s. And again, a nice mesh runner with mesh and overlays. And the midsole, in my opinion, is not as comfortable. I do prefer the comfort of the 1906s, but still very comfortable for the price point. And very similar to that is actually an even cheaper pair at $99. Some of them are on sale for $75, but you have the 530. So this is why it gets a little bit confusing. So you have the 550 basketball shoe, leather, all leather upper, and then you have this 530 model, which is like a mesh runner.
I guess that 530 look better to me, but I just don't see the appeal. They got to be crazy comfortable.
Sneaker. I don't know the rhyme or reason why they named them the way they
Let me see what he got to say though.
The 530 is one that is a legacy model as well that they brought
Legacy
back.
model.
They have some really clean standard colorways. Personally, I actually like the 530s better than the 740s, but I think that they're both really good offerings for those mesh runners.
But yeah, to me, it's just like a sneaker that's just there.
You have the New Balance 1000. So this is another one that they're kind of
These look hard.
It's like, I personally don't like the 1000 as much as I like the 9060s. They are 150 or so. They've
Yeah,
got a couple
for
collaborations,
sure.
including Joe Fresh.
But they definitely up there in rank.
The 1000.
Me personally, I'm kind of new to these. I kind of know like some of the most popular New Balances, but these right here, I feel like I just found about them like once I started getting to sneakers. But these they look pretty clean, and it seems like they got a lot of clean colorways, like this one right here.
As much as I like the 90s,
I think they had another one they showed on the website.
You have both really good offerings for those mesh runners. And then lastly, before we get into the 99Xs, you have the New Balance.
See, they got red, they got blue, like different like grays, black. I like the different colorways for sure.
As well, I do think that they are comfortable. Now, mentioning those models alone, which is the one I would recommend? In my opinion, it's personal taste and what you gravitate towards, and I think that that's the best part.
Oh, so those are the ones you would only recommend.
Which one you like the best? Again, there's the 4 established ones already: the 550s, the 2002 Rs, the 574s, and the 9060s. If you're looking for something a little bit more evergreen, something that's gonna stick around longer and have, like, you know, in 5 years from now, people are gonna go, oh, I know that model. Those are the 4 that I think are definitely gonna do that. I'm not sure the sticking power of the 1000s. The 740s seem decent.
Yeah, probably not.
The 530s have been around for a little while as well. But personally, like, out of all of those ones, I actually like the 1906 the best. It's closer to like the 2002 Rs, but in my opinion, like more like a mesh runner vibe of it. And the 1906A, I think, looks phenomenal, but
gotta try them out.
More expensive at that 170.
Got
but
to.
with that in mind, with the 170 price point, do you jump from the 170 to the 200? That's the big question. And in my opinion, yes, if you want to have something that has like lasting power. Like the 990 series, in my opinion, is one of the best series in footwear, just in general.
I think it's actually one of the most
Jordans,
costly. I think they cost like what, 250, 200.
The caliber of like a pair of Jordans, or the caliber of a pair of Air Maxes. But even better, they have the ability to create new models of the products, which is something that like Jordan Brand can't do. Like Jordan Brand can create a new model, but it's all performance based. Like all of them have been performance based up to the current day of like the 39s or whatever they're at. Back to the difference though, the 990 V6 is a newer model from the last couple years. Like it's new. Like it has fuel cell in the midsole. It's a cut and sew upper. It looks like it could be a retro from 2000, but it's a new model. Jordan Brand can't create a retro-like model that is not an original, because people hate it. Like if you have a Spizike or something that has,
true.
Like, a midsole of a 3 and the upper of a 2, like they don't vibe with any of the hybrids of Jordans. It has to be an original model, and they've done 10,000 colorways of all of these different models. So the limit is kind of set for them, unfortunately. But for New Balance, they have the 990 V7s that can be coming out, which is something that people will be gravitating towards after the 990 V6s. And then in 10 years from now, the 990 V60s can still be selling. Like right now, the 990 V4s
That's so
is
real.
something that people really like, the 993s. And the
I never realized how real it was until I realized people actually like they compare like the materials of OG sneakers like from years ago released. And it's to the point where like if a sneaker isn't like the same material, or just like if it has some sort of difference, they really nitpick about it, and they want it to really look exactly to how it looked when it was original, which is kind of crazy. I feel like we should be open to like new things, but then again, it is Jordan. But then again, I can't really understand it. I guess I'm not really like that deep in. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about Jordan and originals. Do y'all feel like they're capped out? Do y'all feel like people overanalyze the sneakers? And do you think we should be more open to like new models and just seeing hybrids, things of that nature? But yeah, y'all let me know in the
It's a
comment
5-year
section.
relationship with New Balance, bringing back a model that's already established and popular. So again, the 990 series, there's a 990 V1, the 990 V2, a 990 V3, 990 V4, 990 V5, and a 990 V6. And I did a video comparing all of them already in the past. And those ones, by the way, are the made in the US versions. And then you have the made in the UK ones as well. So you have the 991 V1, then you have the 991 V2. You also have a bunch of different other models. I don't want to get into all of them, but you also do have a 992, a 993, and then you have a jump up to a 997 and a 998. Now, all of those other models that I mentioned are roughly $185 to $250 depending on the model. This is where it's interesting though, because in the 997, you get the 997R on New Balance's site for $99 right now. So it's kind of like the model that they've decided to make more widely available with a 99X in the name, but it's not made with the same like premium materials that the 99 1 V2s are or something like that. It's made well, but it's definitely made more affordable for those people. So if you want an affordable pair of 99Xs, the 997 is like the more affordable option for sure. Hey guys, Editor Hess here. I wanted to give you guys a follow-up. So made in the USA 997 was available recently at 190. The one that is actually the lower tiered model is the 997R, or previously it was like the 9978. So just pointing it out, they did have a cheaper version of the 997. They don't really have cheaper versions of other 99 models. I feel like there might be just a couple people still watching this video, and they're not the people that are newer to New Balance. They're probably the people that are just fact checking everything that I'm saying. And if you have more information or better information than what I'm giving,
Bro,
100% leave a comment.
people be talking in them comments.
Clarity that I may
it's crazy.
Speak, because I'm just trying to, let other people know about the products and stuff that I've like been learning about through the years.
Right.
It's hard to take a deep dive into something and also break it down back to basics for those people that are new. So for those people that are new, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing or not. If I need to go into more detail on something, please help me out, because this is something I want to start doing across the board for a lot of different intros to sneakers. And again, leave those comments if you have them in the comment section. The last thing I'll leave you with, which is the one I would recommend for the 99X series to people. Again, if you go type in 99X in New Balance's website, and again, I'll have a link in the description to 99X sneakers. There are so many available right now. You have so many awesome options. You have the 992 core colorways available. There's 4 different colorways in 992s. They are $200 though, so it's which one is the best for you. I will tell you those strategically, if you're just buying one, then the best bet is to buy like the gray colorways, because gray to New Balance is like black, red, and white to Jordans. The gray colorway is just the most standard and iconic one. However, if you like some of the other colorways, by all means go for them. It's a personal preference of whatever you like, not necessarily what I like. So if you like the black colorway the best, triple black, go for it, man. I think it looks good as well. Again, the 996 has a bunch of different colorways, because that's more of their modern version of the US made 99X series. Also, another solid one is a 990 V4. Personally, I think for the price, it's $15 less. This is a pretty solid option as well. My personal preference, and I know this doesn't help anybody else out if you're not wanting to spend as much money, because this is like the most expensive pair, but I really, really like the 991 V2. They have a ton of different colorways. They are $250, which is outrageous, but trust me, this could be your one shoe that you wear for the next 5 years. If that's
so real.
Where you just want to have a daily,
I feel like we don't even realize that. Like, we're spending $200 on a shoe, but it's a shoe that's gonna last you years.
Well, it's comfortable, it gets more comfortable.
But for me, if I had to pick these right here, that color right here looks so fire. Made in UK. Interesting.
They are $250, which is outrageous. But trust me, this could be your one shoe that you wear for the next 5 years. If that's the type of person you are, where you just want to have a daily that you can wear day in and day out, this is one that ages well, it wears well, it's comfortable, it gets more comfortable as you wear them. I think that they look phenomenal, and check out some of my reviews on the 991 or the 992. I also have a video comparing both of them. I really like the 991 V2 though. I think it looks fantastic. It does have fuel cell in the midsole as well, but stylistically I like the midsole and just the upper design, the panels, the layout, everything I think is fantastic. The price point is just the tough part. If it was up to me, the 990 V6 or the 991 V2, it's 991 V2 for me. Just again, stylistically, even though it's UK versus US, the UK wins for me. But anyway, that's kind of a breakdown as quick as I could of all of the different models from New Balance 2025 right now, which is available to you guys. And as the year goes on, if they have new models that they're
that's gonna wrap it up, y'all.
I'm gonna be on it too. I'm gonna try to let you guys
Let's see what you gotta say at the end though.
All the different options as well. But leave a comment, let me know which ones I missed. I know that there's like the 480 numerics I missed as well, which is a skate shoe, very comparable.
That is pretty much going to cap it off. As always, you guys, let me know what is your favorite New Balance sneaker of all time in the comment section. Now kind of seeing the New Balance 1000s, I kind of like the way those look. I kind of like the colorway options and things of that nature. But Until the next one, you guys, I recommend you guys click this video, which will give you lots of game on New Balance sneakers. I'll see you in that one.